The ffTA is our trace evidence analysis workstation. So this offers a range of analytical facilities built around a single microscope using one single PC. This originally started with the GRIM, which is the Glass Refractive Index measurement, which is one of the oldest products that Foster+Freeman produced, which has been produced for almost 40 years now. Other modules include the 4M X3, which is our 3-wavelength Raman system, microspectrometer for UV, Vis and IR examinations, PLM, which is our polarized light module, fluorescent imaging, and as well as a digital imaging package as well. The ffTA is a modular system, and this offers customers a cost-effective method of building a system to meet their own requirements. Modules can be added at a later date and upgraded at any time. So here we have our ffTA microscope system, and the first module that I will demonstrate is the GRIM. So the system is configured at the moment for the GRIM use. So we have the camera on the GRIM and we have our hot stage in place here. I've already made up a slide. So here we have an unknown glass, and here we wish to measure the refractive index of this particular sample. So I will place this slide within the hot stage itself. And then we can search for a suitable fragment of glass to measure. So here we have a suitable fragment of glass to measure. So in the GRIM software I can select up to 4 edges, in this case on this particular fragment here. We are already at a suitable starting temperature as indicated by the white glow on the outside of our edges, and I'll simply click Auto to begin the measurement process. As this process takes around 4 or 5 minutes, we will speed this up for the purpose of this demonstration. So here we have our final results from the 4 edge boxes selected. With each of the 4 measurements we have our heating and cooling cycle with an average of the 2, and then our calculated refractive index from each edge box. These results can then be imported into the glass software in our case management software. In the glass software, this shows a typical scenario where we have our recovered glass fragments in red, our control fragments in green, and then our standard in yellow. So here we can see all of the individual results, and we can compare the mean refractive index, match temperatures, and the standard deviations as well. We also have our control charts, so we can visually compare the different fragments and along the refractive index range. We can also analyze our results statistically using the included software. And here again we have our recovered and our control. The recovered are broken down into groups where applicable, and those groups are then compared to our control. So simply in this case we have a match from our recovered to our control sample. We can also generate a report. This will summarize and give the results for all of our individual glass fragments, with a summary at the end indicating that this is a match. Here we have a different example of a much more complex case where we have a lot more variety in our recovered samples, and we are comparing those to a larger set of controls. Here we can see the recovers are broken down into different groups, and again on the right hand side we have red crosses and green ticks for the matches that the software has calculated. Once again we can generate a report, and if I skip to the end where we have our summary, again we can clearly see here where the software has determined a match from our recovered fragments to our controls. Here we will demonstrate the ffTA microspectrometer, and in this example we have two purple coloured fibres that we wish to compare. So I'll place in the first sample for analysis. So here we have the results of the two fibres. Initially they seem quite similar, as the colours are very, very similar themselves. One of the ways that we can display the differences a little bit better is using this zoom window. And again, here we can see some slight differences where we have this double peak on the red spectra and a difference in the absorption or transmission ranging up to 600 nanometers. We can also use the comparison tab, and again here we have our PCA plot of the two spectra, and again at 3 standard deviations we can clearly see that the ellipses are not generally overlaid on top of each other, indicating that the fibers are of a different color. To demonstrate the polarized light microscopy module, here we are analyzing a colorless fiber, and we're going to try and determine the type of fiber that it is. So this is the fiber in our VSE software. And then if we place in the polarizer, here we can see the effect of the birefringence caused by the cross-polarization on the fiber. We can now begin to identify the type of fiber by analyzing the color of the central core. In this particular example, we have a 3rd order red. After measuring the diameter of the fiber, which is in this case approximately 0.16 millimeters, we can then go on to use the polarization color chart to then determine the type of fiber in this particular sample. So as we can see, the ffTA offers a highly flexible solution, allowing users to quickly switch between various different modules, often within minutes. This offers a high value for money, as we can offer a wide variety of evidence processing types based around a single microscope, taking up less space in the laboratory. You can also add, as we've discussed, new modules at any time in the future to expand the future capabilities of the system.